that leads me to the hospital. Please, let's welcome Lua.
There I was, flying across the friendly skies, feeling like a modern-day superhero. Life just seems to come to a complete standstill. Am I dreaming, or is this really real? Then all of a sudden, reality hits me, and so does the concrete. My body bounces off the floor as if the first impact wasn't good enough. My body finally stops bouncing, and I realize from the amount of pain that I'm in that this is not a dream. I'm literally laying there, half conscious, asking myself, what in the world just happened? Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, when I think back to that day, my body was laying on the ground, blood splattered all over the place. I could barely move. But yet, somehow, I managed to pick my neck up just enough to make eye contact with the guy who had just passed a red light, hit me, and zoomed away as if nothing just happened. This guy actually left me there to die. And all I could think about was the words that my grandmother had said to me a few days prior to this unfortunate event. Luwak,
how many times must I tell you? Life is not about taking shortcuts and trying to get over in life. Lazy people always work twice. If you learn what you're supposed to do the right way in the first time, then maybe you wouldn't have as many problems as you do today.
If only I would have listened. It just seems like taking shortcuts is the way of life to accommodate us lazy people. If this wasn't so, then tell me, why? Why would they invent things such as fast food places, microwave ovens, shortcuts on your keypad, instant weight loss pills, instant weight gain pills, and the list goes on and on and on. Am I right? For instance, a couple years ago, right, I wanted to throw a big birthday bash for my 21st birthday, so I figured I asked my grandmother. I said, hey grandma, do you mind if I throw my birthday party here at the house? And before I could finish, she cut me off and said,
no way, Jose. You and your friends are not going to dirty, destroy, and mess up my beautiful house. So, since it is your birthday, I'll be more than glad to give you half the money so you can throw your party up the block and at the clubhouse.
Well, being that I didn't have too much of a choice, I figured I'll just go along with it. Now, fortunately for me, about 2 days before I had to turn in the deposit money, my grandmother had to go out of town for a week and all the way to Europe, Italy to be exact. So I started thinking, I'll just save the money, throw the party right here at the house, clean up afterwards, and she'll never know a thing. It's brilliant! So now, here I am at the party, having a great time. The people are dancing, the music is playing, they're intermingling, eating and drinking. Then, all of a sudden, the girl of my dreams, well, at least the girl of my dreams back then, she comes up to me and she gives me a hug and a kiss and wishes me a happy birthday. So naturally, we start talking, laughing, dancing, and flirting. And next thing I know, she's inviting me to a barbecue pool party tomorrow, meaning the next day. So I say, sure, but only on one condition. You let me pick you up on my motorcycle. Vroom, vroom. And to my surprise, she agrees. So, I say to myself, I have about 4 days before my grandmother gets back. So, I'll just clean up this mess tomorrow. Except, for me, that opportunity never came. Here I am at the barbecue, having a good time with this amazing girl. Whew. And I get a text from my sister. Louette, Grandma came home early, so I'm on my way to the airport right now to pick her up. Right now? Oh, I gotta go clean up this mess before my grandmother finds out. So I immediately leave the barbecue, hop on my motorcycle, vroom, vroom. I'm headed to the house, cruising through green light after green light, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy passes his red light, hits me, and sends my body flying for the first time in my life. As I'm laying there in a hospital bed, guess who walks through the door? My grandmother and my sister. After several hours passed by, so I knew they had gone to the house and seen the mess that I left from the party. And sure enough, as soon as she sees me, she starts.
You know something, Louette? You know something? I may not know exactly what you did to wind up in this hospital bed, but I sure hope that you've learned a valuable lifelong lesson from all of this. Stop trying to take shortcuts in life.
Being that I was in the hospital for just over a week, I had nothing else to do but to reflect. Reflect on the words that my grandmother has said to me. Taking shortcuts in life isn't just a literal phrase, it's more like a metaphor. Because there are several ways for you to be victimized by the shortcut mentality. From zapping your foods with deadly radiation in the microwave oven to consuming high calorie, low to no nutritional value foods at fast food places. Or, if you're like me, like how I was, trying to get over for a few measly dollars. At the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Thank you.